A judge has ruled that NSA phone surveillance is legal. This is a New York judge. The AP is reporting that a civil rights lawyer says the ACLU is very disappointed that a New York judge has found that a government program that collects millions of Americans' telephone records is legal. This is the program which, in spite of many believing that this was happening, we didn't really have proof of it until Edward Snowden released his documents to Glenn Greenwald. Attorney Brett Kaufman says the ACLU is going to appeal this ruling from the judge. It is Judge William Pauley in Manhattan. The judge concluded that the program is legal and that it's a valuable part of the nation's effort to combat the threat of terrorism. The judge said the phone collection program only works because it collects everything. If you're not getting everything, it kind of prevents you from being able to do a truly broad analysis. It's going to be interesting to watch as this continues, Lewis, this debate now over the constitutionality of the NSA program. We have a Washington judge saying he believes it's not constitutional. We now have a New York judge saying it is legal. Will Edward Snowden be retroactively confirmed to have exposed crimes or violations of the law? In contrast to Chelsea Manning, who exposed violations of the law by statute, Edward Snowden revealed that activities that were legalized by legislation like the Patriot Act are taking place. So by statute, they are legal. There's the kind of overarching question of, hold on, was that even constitutional to begin with? And it looks like it may be a while until we have an answer to that.
Yeah, who knows? This is the type of thing, though, of course, that you would have lots of people investigating, lots of, I don't know, I guess, judiciary officials investigating, the ACLU investigating. It's the type of thing that I suppose eventually all this information would have come out anyway.
And we have to remember that when the laws that were passed just after 9/11 that set the legal framework for all of this type of surveillance to happen, when that happened, most people didn't care. I'm not saying you personally might be listening to me saying this and you would say, no, I cared from the very beginning. That's fine. But broadly speaking, there was support for the Patriot Act. There was support for going into Iraq, in part under the false pretenses that there were weapons of mass destruction and a connection to 9/11. People supported this broadly. And now that terror is more distant in the rearview mirror, the position changes. But there's absolutely no question, Lewis, that if there is another terrorist attack, which of course hopefully will not happen, I would rather not have the terrorist attack and not have to see how people react. But I would assume that if there's another terrorist attack, views on the NSA surveillance program will change, in spite of the fact, Lewis, that we have no evidence the NSA surveillance program has actually prevented any attacks.
Yeah, the sad thing is that if there is another attack, you're right, public opinion will go down even more, but the surveillance will probably increase.
It probably will. That's absolutely right. So these laws were created with the implicit, I don't know, kind of like they were implicitly condoned in some way by the American public, even if the American public didn't specifically know this is how they were going to be used.